Welcome everyone. This is the presentation for the open day for the Master of Dietetics programme, so our MDiet programme. My name is Jacqueline Jones. I'm a senior lecturer in dietetics and nutrition, and I'm also the programme leader for this course. So just to give you a quick bit of background around dietetics, dietitians are the only qualified health professionals that assess, diagnose and treat dietary and nutritional problems at an individual and wider public health level. We work with both healthy and sick people and people of all ages, and our principal role is to translate up-to-date scientific research into practical guidance to enable people to make appropriate lifestyle and food choices. We deal with food and we deal with artificial nutrition support, and as I say, we do that across a range of clinical conditions, across a range of age groups and across all sectors of society. To be accepted into the dietetics programmes, these are the academic requirements for entry. So for our Scottish Higher, we require 4 Scottish Highers, 2 Bs and 2 Cs, and that must include biology and chemistry. At A levels, we look for an A and a B, and we need either biology or chemistry at A level, and the other one at a lower level. For the Irish Leaving Certificate, we look for 4 H3s, which include biology and chemistry. And if you're an international student, we'll look for 28 points from the baccalaureate. So these are our typical entry requirements, which I have just explained. And you can also access dietetics through FE, through a further education college and through alternative access routes. And that would allow entry into year 1 of the programme. And we welcome applications from students from science-based access or foundation courses that include adequate biology and chemistry. There are a very small number of places available for direct entry into year 2 of the programme, and these are the typical entry requirements for that. So 4 A levels, an A and 3 Bs, and that must include biology and chemistry, and one of those must be at A grade. Or alternatively undergraduate study, so the successful completion of an appropriate undergraduate degree, so something like our nutrition degree. There are some additional conditions of entry. In particular, we look for a strong personal statement which emphasises the desire to study dietetics as opposed to nutrition, and an ability to demonstrate the skills and attributes which would normally be required to work as a dietitian. And this can be done through a number of ways, through talking to dietitians, talking to current students, and also, and probably most commonly, researching the role online. Dietetic work experience or shadowing experience is not an essential requirement, but it's more about highlighting transferable skills from other work experience that an applicant may have. We look for a clear criminal records check. There is also a requirement for an occupational health check at the point of admission to the programme, and that is to ensure fitness to practice. It may be that hepatitis B will be offered, and there is also a requirement for applicants to the course, or for people admitted onto the course, to ensure that they have some professional indemnity insurance, and that is most commonly done through membership of the professional body. Just to also say that if someone does have something raised within their occupational health or PVG, that does not necessarily preclude them from being admitted onto the course, but it is about ensuring that they are aware of the requirements of registration to the HCPC. So this course is a 4-year course. It is an integrated master's programme, so that means it is an undergraduate programme but allows students to graduate with a master's degree at the end of the 4 years. At QMU, we have 2 semesters in each academic year, and the practice placement requirement of the programme is integrated throughout the 4 years of studies. We have some modules in key disciplines, and these are shared with other programmes, particularly our nutrition programme, and graduation from the course enables application for registration with the HCPC and for graduates to be able to work as a registered dietitian. Because this is a master's award, there is a requirement to study 600 academic credits. Normally an undergraduate degree has 480 academic credits in Scotland, and so because of that, because students are having to study additional credit, there are additional credits in each academic year. So in years 1 and 2 of the programme, students will study 140 academic credits, 3 modules in semester 1 and 4 modules in semester 2, and in years 3 and 4 of the programme, they will study 160 academic credits, but that does include some of the placement weeks. It is, however, possible to graduate with a BSc Honours in Dietetics. So if we are at the progression point, students are finding the additional work challenging, it is possible to be transferred onto a BSc route, and students can graduate with that and can still register with the HCPC to work as a dietitian. So year 1 of the programme provides a strong foundation in essential areas, so primarily in our foundation sciences, but also translate or transition to university study, a bit of an understanding of social sciences and the concept of food, and all of the modules in first year are shared across other programmes. So are shared with either our nutrition and or our physical activity, health and wellbeing programmes. This year underpins study for later years, and it focuses on our core sciences: biochemistry, physiology, cell biology, food science, and then some student study skills and the role of food in society and communication skills. Year 2 of the programme extends and deepens the knowledge, understanding and skills that are developed in year 1, and there's an increased integration within and across modules. There's a continuation of that development of science knowledge, but we do a bit more information around nutrition and public health, and some additional teaching around behaviour change. And in year 2, students on the dietetics programme will complete 4 weeks of practice placement. Year 3 and year 4, as you would expect, are primarily focused on the teaching of dietetics, nutrition and the pathophysiology of disease. There's a much greater depth of knowledge, understanding and integration between subjects. And at the end of year 3, students will complete a 12-week placement. Year 4, there is a culmination of learning, the opportunity to undertake a research project, and then the completion of the final substantive 12-week placement, that is placement C. So in terms of the dietetic placements then, students complete 28 weeks of placements across the 4 years of study, 4 weeks in second year, 12 weeks in third year and 12 weeks in fourth year. And students have to complete a notional 1,000 hours of practice-based learning. Placements are part of a national random allocation system across Scotland, and as a result of that, they can be placed anywhere. Students can be placed anywhere in Scotland. We share placements with the other 2 universities in Scotland that delivers dietetic education, so the RGU and GCU. We can take into consideration individual circumstances, so where students have specific health needs that need them to be in an area, or where they're the primary carer or have school-aged children, then the students can apply for individual matching to be matched to a local area. And it is possible for additional expenses associated with placements to be applied for through SAS, where students are SAS funded. In terms of the course, we use a variety of learning and teaching methodologies, so seminars, self-study, lectures, tutorials, practicals, workshops, problem solving. There's an opportunity to participate these across the 4 years. And as the years develop and the learning develops, then the learning becomes far more student-centred in the later years of the programme. We also use a variety of assessment methods, so a mixture of examinations, written assignments, case studies, essays, some individual and group projects, some individual and group presentations, and some project and laboratory work. But overall, the assessments are less exam-based in the later years. We tend to have more exams in the earlier years of the programme. And these are the skills that we look for in someone who's applying to the programme, and these are the skills that we will continue to develop in those people who have been admitted into the programme. So communication, independence of learning, being able to work as part of a group or as part of a team, creative thinking and problem solving, an ability to critically evaluate information, and we'll develop those skills as the year goes on, oral and written communication skills, the development of some laboratory skills, certainly in the early stages of the programme, data analysis and interpretation, IT skills, and learning and study skills. So these are things or skills that will develop over the 4 years, and we are looking for students on the programme to become proficient in these by the end of the 4 years of study. For our employment prospects, we find that most of our graduates find employment relatively easily. They generally seek employment in the NHS, but not always. And there are other opportunities in the public health sector, food industry, health education, health promotion, and a range of health and social care environments. Our learning and teaching is focused around research. We endeavour to ensure that our teaching is evidence-based and is reflective of current research and practice. And there's a variety of research activities in areas related to dietetics, nutrition and food science within the subject area. We like to think that our staff research and scholarly activity enriches our teaching, and we do have strong links with dietitians in practice. And generally, honours projects or research projects relate to staff research interests. Some graduates from the programme do go on to further study, so to undertake an MSc, an MPhil or a PhD. And we certainly support and encourage that to ensure that the research base to support dietetic practice continues to grow and develop. The well-being of our students is extremely important, is something that we hold very dear and very strongly, and so we have a number of support mechanisms available to students over and above the support within teaching. So each student is allocated a personal academic tutor, and that personal academic tutor stays with the student through their 4 years of study. So is there to offer some pastoral and support advice. We also have a system called Students for Students, where we link students up with other students in later years of the programme. There is support for course administration and student info through the school office. We have an academic disabled student coordinator, so for those students who have an academic learning difficulty, something like dyslexia, to ensure that students are adequately supported through not just their academic but through their placement components of their programme. Student Support Services offers a wellbeing advisor, a a counselling service, and also additional advice such as financial support, job opportunities for employment, and those type of support services. Each year of the programme has some class reps, and the class reps represent student views on our student staff consultative committee, where staff and students meet and students feedback on the programme, and we respond to that feedback hopefully positively and to make improvements to the course. Each course has a course leader, and also within QMU we have a Dietetics and Nutrition Society. So that is a very brief introduction to the programme. We are happy to answer questions in the chat rooms after the open day, and we very much hope that you would consider applying to us for your dietetic learning.